Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. If it's a bit echoey, you have to forgive me, because what did Rachel do? She forgot her microphone. I forgot my mics, so I'm recording on my phone as well, hoping that I can make the audio make sense. We're gonna try and match it together. I think I'm supposed to clap. Hold on. Okay, welcome back to the channel, Huns. If you are new here, my name is Rachel. We do all things fashion, styling, and lifestyle. And today I am bringing a very quick get ready with me, as in I've got about 25 minutes to get ready. We are at the Hall Cross Hall Hotel in Staffordshire. We're doing a little staycation, me and my man. And I thought, might as well get dressed for dinner. It's in the hotel, but we're still gonna get dressed. So that is what we're gonna be doing today. I'm gonna do a get ready with me with you guys, outfit, face, all of that good stuff. I will preface this by saying I'm not doing a full beat because we don't have the time. And in that same breath, I am talking and I'm missing something already. Let's get started. So I'm gonna do some skincare first and foremost, bare face, as you can see. And I always love going in with these Ordinary pads. They are just too good. Too good. I don't even know. Ordinary. Cosrx, sorry. Cosrx. I think I always pronounce that wrong, but Cosrx. That's it. I always say Cosrx. I don't know why. You take it out with the little tweezers. They are cleansing pads. Almost like a good alternative to toner. Well, I can't really say alternative. It's kind of the same thing, but I'm going to use this to just wipe my face. So we're going to go in and then, oh my God, do my edges need to be redone? I don't know. I should really wrap my hair while I do this, but I think we're gonna be okay. So technically, you're supposed to use this. You're supposed to go in, not my battery's low already. 2 seconds. That was a bit chaotic, which I had a feeling it was going to be, and I refuse to believe this is gonna be a chaotic get ready with me, because I like peace. I don't like problems. So I just wipe that all over, go into your neck as well. Cool. So I'm gonna go in with this serum. This is the hyaluronic acid serum by the Inkey List. I love the Inkey List. I love the Ordinary. I love Ren. Just brands that I feel like are really basic. I like Cosrx as well. You know, some Korean skincare. Although I say these are brands that I love, but they're just brands that I know. I do use, for example, Clinique products. So sometimes I need to be introduced to a product for me to try it. I don't have sensitive skin by any means, but I just like to keep it simple. I really like to keep it simple. I let that dry down a little bit, then I'm gonna go in with the Inkey List. This is the Omega Water Cream. Guys, I pretty much swear by this. I went on a girls trip with some of my girls, and my friend Sarah, she used this, and I was like, listen, this is so good, it's so moisturizing, but the consistency will have you kind of feeling like, too good. Too good. It just moisturizes in the most perfect way. It gives a dewiness, and I should probably start by saying I've got combination skin for sure. Probably teetering on being more oily, but I say combination because my T-zone is a lot more oily than the rest of my face. But you know what they say, when we're older, we're gonna be thankful for it. So oily girls, combination girls. Because I'm away, I didn't bring everything that I have, to be fair, but this is the stuff that I use day to day. Honestly, I haven't got any eye creams that I'm using, but I do want to introduce something because my under eye is quite puffy, so I need something to depuff and something to kind of brighten it a little bit. But right now, that's all your girl's using on her face, pretty much. I do have some collagen drops and vitamin C drops as well. And then if I want something a bit thicker, the Cosrx brand, they have like this rice treatment cream, I think it's called. So I would usually use that. But like I said, we're gonna keep her cute. We're gonna keep her simple. We have 20 minutes to go. For my lips, oh, where is it? Okay, for my lips, to prep my lips before I do any makeup, I literally use nipple cream. Been said this on my channel. And Melissa's Wardrobe mentioned this particular one, which I'm so grateful for, because the one I used to use was so expensive. So expensive, and it was a smaller one. It looked like a lip balm. But this, I can't even tell you how long I've had it for, and it's perfect. Put it on at night, put it on in the daytime, put it on when I'm prepping my makeup, because it just sinks in. And then obviously you just wipe a bit away. The only problem with this Get Ready With Me is I'm warm, so I definitely need to wrap my hair. 2 seconds. Okay, so when it comes to skincare, I really believe in keeping things as simple to some degree as our mothers did. Because when I look at my mum's skin, she's got amazing skin, fantastic skin, honestly. And so I'm just kind of like, why would I overcomplicate my skincare when she doesn't, and she's got fantastic skin? Now, granted, because I was born and raised here, she was born back home, there are certain things where I feel like climate plays a part in it, you know, when you're growing up and everything. But nevertheless, I really keep my skincare simple, as you can see. Because it's quite literally downstairs, because I don't have a lot of time, I've prepped my skin. We are nice and moisturized. I'm actually just gonna go in with, like, literally just drop it on my fingers, just like a dab. I'm just gonna take that and I'm just gonna dab it under my eyes, which is probably why I should get eye cream, you know? If you guys hear any noise in the background, Bae is back in the room. I left him to come and get ready. So, I should probably have eye cream so that I don't need to do that, but I don't. What do I want to do first? I'm not going to do a full B. I'm quite literally going to put something around my mouth, blend it out, around my eyes, blend it out, do my brows, brush out my lashes, and blush, blush, blush. And we're going to call it a day. So, what I've been loving recently, this Skin Ink by L'Oreal. Shout out to Melissa's Wardrobe. She actually mentioned this, and to be honest, I've got this in the shade 414 Neutral, and I really do think they need to work on their shade range, because this is the darkest one I could see in store. Now, granted, the store I went to wasn't the biggest one, so it may be that this is the only darkest one they have. I haven't actually looked at the range. Because I've got this, I'm not going to buy another one just yet. But this works okay for me. So I dab, dab, dab. Only thing I would say, guys, this works so fast, and then it dries down so quickly, so you have to work kind of fast. Now, because I don't have any extra lights in here, there may be some shadows, but I think you can kind of see what we're working with. So I'm just going to put it where I would kind of put my concealer. So it's like almost like a base. I'm kind of using it to color correct in a roundabout way. So I'm going to put that there, and just a little bit on my forehead as well. Something that's quite dense. So we're going to give it 2 seconds. 1, 2, and that's what it means. So just blend that out, making sure that there aren't any harsh lines. Blend, blend, blend. And I'm purposely doing these areas first because those are the ones where I don't really need much, but it just kind of needs to be cohesive. And blend. I'm gonna leave my top lip because I'm hot, so she's a little bit sweaty right now, and I'm gonna do my under eye. This brush is actually really good for this because it's diffusing everything, which is exactly what I want. I don't want it to be super concentrated. We're trying to give a skin-like finish, barely their makeup, you know, very natural. And I just kind of make sure I take it into my nose as well. so that she isn't lifted out. Any excess, just gonna brush it across, and then I'll do my top lip. Kind of taking it to where I would take my concealer, but diffusing it more. So because of the shade it is, it's kind of more of a, it's quite a good color match for my actual skin. So it's not brightening as much as maybe my concealer would. So I can afford to kind of drag it out a bit more. And then I'm just gonna kind of swipe any excess, because at this stage, the main places where I put it have dried. So now I'm just kind of swiping it so it blends a bit more into the rest of my face. So it's still getting some brightness, as you guys can see, but it's more just keeping everything super uniform. So what I would do is, it's kind of working out nicely that my face is quite dewy because I'm warm, because it's gonna give it that natural glow. So now I'm gonna go in with, actually I'm gonna mix this just a little bit. I'm gonna go in with Born This Way Too Faced Concealer. When I say I love this concealer all the way down, my sort of skin shade I would say is Ganache, and then my lighter shade is between Cocoa and Sable. I brought Sable with me because I knew I wasn't gonna do anything drastic, so I'm gonna literally, you can't even see it. Dab, dab, dab. This is only going under my eyes, and then I'm gonna mix it with Sable, and this is literally just to brighten here a little bit. And then I'm gonna let this dry down a little bit more. I'm a bit torn for what I want to do with blush, because I have my Benefit Benny tint, and then I've got this really gorgeous e.l.f. shade in the color Coming in Hot Pink. Child, that was a whole tongue twister. So this one is a bit more for a fuller face, whereas this is kind of like flush, but I might do a dab of this, like literally a dab. So we're gonna do 2 dabs of that. I'm gonna take this brush right here, it's kind of like a stippling brush. And, oh, do you know what? No, let's do more. Let's do more. You can't even see it, that's fine. 2 bigger dabs. Perfect. The cheeks a bit, I'm gonna bring it up to my temple a little bit and bring it closer to my nose. And then when I'm done, I'm going to stipple the excess onto my nose. Now bearing in mind I haven't blended out my concealer, so it's going to all blend together nicely. As I still let my concealer dry down a bit because I can see the light is still a little bit dewy, I'm gonna wipe my brows. So I just wrap some tissue around my finger. Wipe my brows, because I swear, if you're using brow gel or any products, if you are gonna use something on your brows, you have to wipe them, otherwise the product is just not gonna sit the same way. So just wipe. I use sort of like the side of my finger so it's kind of thin enough, or if you've got thinner brows, just like ball it up together and just get like a corner and wipe your brows off. I mentioned to you guys in one of my recent videos, I've been loving the e.l.f. brow laminating gel. So my brows are naturally quite sparse. I've got my eyebrows microbladed some years ago now. I'm gonna put my Brow Babe in the description box. That's if she's still taking new people, because booked and busy for real, for real. All of my service girlies, they really stay booked and busy, and I'm just so grateful I found them. So I'm just gonna brush this into my brows. I've said to you guys before, if you are going to use this, as you can see that whiteness, you have to be careful to make sure that you get rid of any excess. Now, I know I don't really have a lot going on my forehead right now, so I can kind of be, I don't want to say messy, but I don't have to be so worried about it getting everywhere else. But you do have to be careful because it will leave that white line. Once I've put in the amount that I want, just wipe you as well for consistency. I need to blend there. You then take the brush part and you can really use that to work into your brows, get rid of any excess, and just basically shape your brows as you want them to be. I'm gonna go back in and blend, and I'm gonna blend out my concealer. Again, same brush as I used before. We're not really trying to create a super flawless, like heavy beat. This is supposed to be a skin-like finish. I'm keeping it a bit more concentrated under my eyes because remember we put the blush on. So although I want it to blend, I do want to make sure that it's diffused quite well as well. And then because we wiped the forehead a bit, just put some there. I always put in just like 2 or 3 brush strokes just at the front of my brows. And if I think they're looking a bit shiny, go back in with some tissue. Be careful not to move them because obviously you've brushed them into place. I would literally gather it and just press it onto my face. And this pencil is by, I have no idea what brand this is. Anyway, Makeup Academy Brown Define. This is in the color black, but their black isn't a deep black. Looking like there. Before we do anything else, the OG MAC Fix Plus. Let's do a couple spritz. Ooh. I'm sure you guys are looking at my face like it really isn't different from my natural face. And then believe it or not, we're pretty much almost done. I'm just gonna brush through my lashes. I think I've got 16 or 17 longest, and then I think we go from 10 to 16 or 17. So that is what we're looking like there. Another OG product, we're gonna go with the MAC Studio Fix. I've got my true shade NW58, and then I've got NW44 to brighten. So what we're gonna do is, I take a brush, sort of one that looks like this-ish. And then I'm gonna go in with 44. Get something on there. And then I'm just gonna pat. We're not being too precious with it. Pat, pat, pat. I love this brush because it kind of takes it into my nose and kind of does almost like a reverse contour because I'm not gonna contour today. So just take all of that, try to look up, and I'm basically putting this wherever I put the concealer. Now because of the shape of the brush as well, it means you don't get too heavy of an application. And then you can really build it up. We're gonna go in with something fluffy. This is not ideally the one I would go for. I need something bigger. Okay, I've got my sort of like contour brush, which I don't believe has too much contour on it. So YOLO. YOLO, YOLO, YOLO. And I'm just basically putting this everywhere else that I don't have the lighter shade. So I'm gonna leave my lips for a second. I'm gonna get dressed first. I actually did okay for time, guys. To finish off setting my face, I'm pretty much gonna leave it as it is. Let's just blend, blend, blend a bit more. I usually leave my eyelids because my eyelids are a little bit darker than my face, so it kind of gives natural eyeshadow. I'm gonna take the L'Oreal Infallible 3 Second Setting Mist. The girlies know about this, and if you don't know, this is a really good alternative to the One Size spray. And we're gonna hold our breaths and do what needs to be done. Okay guys, I'm gonna put my outfit on. I will be back to finish my lips and then I'm gonna show you the full outfit all together. Yeah, cool. Dress is on. I'm gonna put on the rest of my jewelry in a second as well. But let's do lips together real quick. So I'm gonna wipe off the oil, not the oil, the balm that I put on before. Not being too rigorous, making sure your lips still feel, you know, moisturized. I'm gonna go in with this MAC eye pencil in Coffee. But before I do, I'm gonna take the 44, same brush that I was using before for my, you know, brighter areas, and I'm gonna dust that over my lips. I'm just gonna, and that was literally just to dry up the area a little bit so that this has more staying power. And because it's the same shade and everything that I put in that area, it kind of works quite well. This isn't as sharp as could be, but we are gonna have to be okay. And I'm just gonna put this on my lips. I do overline my lips ever so slightly because I've got like a double line, so I prefer to overline it rather than underline, I guess. And probably an unpopular I wouldn't say unpopular opinion, but maybe I round out my Cupid's bow. I just prefer how it looks. Sponge, just press into my T-zone basically, because that's where I get hot. And I'm gonna go in with this Kiko pencil. Kiko, I never understood why you did this to us. They discontinued this pencil. The girlies who know. This is the 321 pencil. It's this really beautiful, rich, sort of reddy brown shade. So I'm gonna go in with that. This has staying power. There are some dupes. One of the girlies on TikTok was saying so I will try and link that. But you know, just blend it where you can. Then another favorite, I'm gonna go in with MAC Yash. I kind of just dab and blend. And then, I don't know what number this is. She's been with your girl for a minute. This is just gonna bring everything together. I'm gonna try not to blend it too much. To bring some pinkiness back into it, this is Sephora Outrageous Lip Gloss in 07. This just brings the pinkiness back. And that's what we're gonna do. All right, I still haven't shown you a full fit, but now it's 2 minutes to 9. So, ow. I may have to do it on the way back, but earrings are from Zara. I picked this up some time ago. Statement earring because I'm not gonna have anything on my neck. So that will, I think that's supposed to be the other way around. I don't even usually do statement earrings. I'm kind of like, do I like? I'm half and half. I might just go for my gold ones, you know, guys. Final thing. There's Copacabana Bronze, Glow Oil, So de Janeiro. We gotta get this. And point away from your dress hands. We ain't got time to have mishaps. So just twist that open. 2 pumps is literally all I'm gonna need. And it smells so good. So good. And it does dry well. But just in case, you can go with this. It's so funny because I know someone's gonna be like, Rachel, no, the other earrings. I'm torn now. I'm just gonna spray Amber Satin by Zara. Be for Rachel. You never dressed until you got perfume on. So my darlings, that is the end of what ended up being a relatively chaotic get ready with me. I will put some pictures on screen if I can, or follow me on Instagram. I will put a full outfit for you guys and you can see it there. If you've made it to the end, leave a mirror emoji. Leave a mirror emoji in the comment section. And I will hope to see you guys in the next video. Till then, stay well, stay blessed, good vibes only, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.